everybody? Welcome back to the Dudes Who Bet Sports Show. Another day, another dollar, hopefully for us, and not minus 400 like we were yesterday. Magic, your horse didn't get the best of trips yesterday. What were your thoughts on that?
If you watch the handicap, I said it's the fastest horse on paper by 19 points. Time for him. That's not a small margin. It's not saying you're that much faster. You're like that much faster than the horse. And so rating him third in a 5-horse field going 2 turns on the dirt at Santa Anita almost never works unless you're Justify or American Pharaoh. And this horse was not either of those going into the race. Sure as shit, not out of it. So not the best of rides, no.
Yeah, and I'll speak for Mike Somich. His horse got a similar trip. He was much like the biggest speed by far on paper and was third and got stopped, and it was awful. So bad luck. My horse got a perfect trip. It was just awful. So, you know, you could have that. Mine has no excuse whatsoever. Just a terrible horse. Then Papa Dude, never in the game last night with Boise.
No, and okay, I could have seen this and that. The line was like 6.5, but never did I forecast a blowout.
Yeah.
Like that was from start to finish, because those two teams usually just play each other nip and tuck. So it was just a bad night. And by the way, I did watch your horse, and I thought he had it when he turned for home, and he just stopped.
I thought the horse was going to cruise. Look,
I did too.
It was just cruising on the lead, nobody around her.
No.
I thought, oh man, this is going to be great. Turned for home, and that horse just quit.
Quit.
Stopped, went from first and ahead by 3 or 4 lengths to like 8th and a jump. So,
and you don't see a Diodoro horse do that.
No, you don't. Well, when I pick it for the show, maybe. Yes. All right, guys, let's get on to today. Let's put that behind us. That's betting for you. You just never quite know what's going to happen once you get it going. All right, 2 NBA games we'll talk about first and a big college basketball slate. The Lakers and the Pelicans tonight. This game's down to even. It's been fluctuating between even and -1 for both sides. Total at 235. We'll start with you, Papa Dude. Lakers, Pelicans. Who you got tonight?
Pelicans have got to win a game before long, don't they? What have they lost? Like 10 in a row? Maybe more than that. Lakers seem to me like they're playing better. I'm going Lakers tonight. I kind of like the under in this one too. So I'm going to go with the Lakers. I think they're getting ready to get on a roll. They're playing pretty well. If they can get this one and then get home, they've been on the road quite a bit. If they could get rolling at home, I think they're getting ready to make a playoff run. So I'm going to go the Lakers, even though I'm a little worried. The law of averages says the Pelicans have got to win a game sooner or later.
Magic, what do you think? Law of averages goes to the Pelicans, or do you like LA?
I like both of the things Papa Dude said. Lakers' last 4 games versus a team straight up losing record. The under's 4-0, so there's a good one for you. Also, it's Saturday, baby. That means it's going to be Saturday night. What's bigger on a Saturday night than the Lake Show? They're 6-1 in their last 7 games on a Saturday. Lakers under.
Pelicans big tonight in New Orleans. I love the Pelicans in this game. Give me the Pelicans all day long. They're going to get it done tonight. All right, let's move on. Let's see if you guys can go 0 for 2 here. Clippers and the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Knicks 3.5-point favorite, 219.5 with the over-under. Magic, we'll go to you first. Who do you like?
Can I take a player prop instead on this one? I think Paul George has got a chance to really go off because Kawhi Leonard's supposed to be back. And the Knicks have got one guy that can play defense. His name's Quentin Grimes. Next up is a guy named R.J. Barrett. Not exactly good on defense. Who are you going to guard? Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I think Paul George, the prop line is at 22.5 right now. I think he definitely goes over that.
All right, we'll accept that answer, Magic. Let's go to Papa Dude. Clippers, Knicks. Who you got?
Clippers don't play well in Madison Square Garden or anywhere else on the road in the East. I'm going Knicks to win tonight.
Martin says go that two-team parlay there, LA and LA. Clippers go into New York and win tonight. Give me the Clippers. Give me the Clippers plus that 3.5. I'll take them. All right, let's go to college hoops today. 3 really good games, 2 out of the Big 12, 1 out of the Big 10. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll start in the Big 12. We'll go to Ames, Iowa, where the Cyclone fans are going to be pumped for this one. Kansas comes to town. Kansas is a 1.5-point favorite as of right now. The total is 134.5. Papa Dude, we'll kick it to you.
Well, Dr. Tang, my buddy, is picking Iowa State tonight. Iowa State, their last time out, blew like a 20-point lead in Texas against Texas Tech. He's playing the angle that they're going to come back tonight with a vengeance. Actually, it's today. I think it starts at 11 o'clock. I think it's already started, actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, doesn't matter. We didn't bet it anyway. I am going Kansas. I never bet against the Jayhawks in the Big 12 conference. KU is getting ready to go on a roll.
You're wrong, and Dr. Tang is right. Iowa State, that's who's going to win this game today. You can live bet this game. That's why we did it. So for the live betting, I had no idea why they started a top 15 matchup at 11 o'clock. That's why OU's leaving the Big 12. Hey, Magic, who do you like in this one, Iowa State or Kansas?
There's only Iowa State fans. You should probably stop. After this game's over, you'll be celebrating. Don't watch it Gulfstream. The only Cyclones winning is Iowa State today.
I love it. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's very good. We'll talk about that here in just a second. All right, let's go to the number one team of the nation, Purdue. They're on the road tonight. Is it tonight? I don't know. Against Indiana. Total at 139. You can tell I want talk about racing, and that's it today. Purdue at Indiana. Papa, dude, this is a great game, though. This is another one. It's been 1 point back and forth. Yep. Last I checked, it's at even now. Who do you like in this one?
Huge rivalry. These two teams hate each other. Always a great game. Will be today also. I really like Purdue. I've seen Indiana stink it up a couple of times. Purdue to get the win in Bloomington tonight.
Magic, you taking Purdue?
Purdue. They will doo-doo all over Indiana like the rest of that state.
It's a clean
covered in doo-doo.
It's a clean sweep. I'll go with Purdue in this one as well. I think they go on the road, and I think they get it done. So all three of us on Purdue. Let's go to one more. It's in the Big 12. It's Texas taking on Kansas State tonight on the road. Texas, a 1.5 point favorite in this one. Papa Dude, who do you like in this battle?
Hardest league in the country to pick. I mean, anybody can beat anybody. It is so tough. K-State coming off a bad loss, not a bad loss, but a loss points prize in Kansas. It was bad. Game wasn't very close. I think they come back today. I don't see Texas. I don't like Texas on the road. K-State to get it done in the Little Apple today.
All right, Magic.
Over. Last time these teams played, didn't even go to overtime. 219 points scored.
Good point.
They didn't even go to overtime. 219 points. Like, look at this. That's 70 points up from this. Yeah, I'm going to go the over on this.
Yeah, 149.5. Not a ton if you look at that last game and think that's going to happen again. Good pick, Magic. I'm going the Longhorns, Papa Dude. I'm going to go with Texas to pull the upset.
I hope you jinxed them.
I'm not a believer in Kansas State yet. I'm just not. And I don't know. I think this is a huge game for them, though. Obviously, a big top 10 matchup here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, with Texas and Kansas State. Should be a good one. All right, guys, let's get to the racing. That's going to be a big-time thing today as well. 2 Kentucky Derby preps. Don't forget, the Withers was canceled. The good news is it's coming back next Saturday, and we'll have 2 more Kentucky Derby preps next Saturday with the Sam F. Davis. But today, let's go to the Holy Bull Stakes. We'll start with Magic first. You kind of said it. You're not a Cyclone Mischief guy today. Who do you like?
This is not me being a homer pick because he's on our fantasy team. I really like Rocket Can in this spot. Bill Mott and Junior Alvarado had won the Pegasus World Cup last week with Art Collector. He's not going to be the same price, 15-1 probably, but every single one of his races, he's run an improved effort. He's got 2 starts at 2 turns. He's got a win, and then he was second by a half length to Confidence Game, and that was his first start versus Winners Confidence Game, a lot more seasoned at that point. Some time off. They show up here. I really thought that Mott was probably going to be targeting the Sam F. Davis with Rocket Can, but I like the fact that he's here at Gulfstream instead of where Tampa would probably be a bit easier for him. I think it's a great spot for him. 7-2. It feels like a fair price on him. As far as Cyclone Mischief, the horse is very up. He's down. He's up. He's down. He had a good race at Keeneland. He was terrible in the Kentucky Jockey Club. But that race has produced a lot of good horses out of it, and he looked good going a 1-turn mile. I'm just a little concerned that this race is going to be faster than what he likes to go, and he's going to be a little far behind. When you're going 2 turns, a mile and the 16th at Gulfstream, that finish line is the 16th pole. You need to be more forwardly placed. I'm just concerned at a short price, 2-1, probably closer to even money when he goes off. I'm worried he's not going to have that same kick, Aaron.
Yeah, I am a little bit worried about that as well, and the inconsistencies, and look, just frankly, stepping up in class. It's going to be a little bit tougher challenge today, so we will see on him. I thought about Rocket Can. I ended up, gosh, I went back and forth on this one for a while. I thought about Cyclone Mischief for a minute, and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I went to the rail horse, number 1, Lord Miles on top, and I am with you. It's going to be a little bit of a concern being a little bit too far behind, just like with Cyclone Mischief. But I think stretching out this horse is going to get placed a little bit forward into the race. I also think Irad jumping aboard the number 1 Lord Miles is a pretty good sign as well. I think he will get him a little more into the race. So I like number 1 Lord Miles. But our horse racing expert, Papa Dude, on fire once again this week. Who do you like in the Holy Bull?
Well, shoot, Aaron, you took my horse.
Well,
I would be the only one to get that one. I see a speed duel going here, and I think the 8 and the 1. I almost took the 8. I almost did. The reason I didn't was because Irad's on the 1. Now, I am worried today. How many times in racing do we see a guy win 7 one day, doesn't do much the next? That happens a lot. Mm-hmm. I just think the 1 and the 8 are going to come and get the speed horses. I kind of thought the 4 was a speed horse. Magic kind of shot me down. I do think the 6 is going to get in a speed duel with the 2. I do like the 6 a lot, but I'm going to go with Irad and number 1. I think number 8 will be a close second.
All right, 1-8, and yeah, with Cyclone Mischief, not really a horse that gets to the front, but he's always within a couple of links there. So we'll see where he kind of lands. But, you do have more speed in the race than what he's been used to facing. And I think that point as well. So I think it's up for debate. He might be about 3rd. He might be about 6th. Neither one's really going to surprise me. So 2 for Lord Miles, 1 for Rocket Can. Papa Dude does respect Rocket Can as well. All right, let's go to the joke of the day, but we do have to talk about it. It is the Robert B. Lewis Stakes. 4 Bob Baffert horses run here at Santa Anita. If you don't want to bet this race, I certainly don't blame you. And it is what it is. It's not an appealing and attractive race. We'll go to our Santa Anita expert, Magic, first with this one. I mean, what do you make of this race?
I live here in Los Angeles. This would adversely affect me. Can I just vote to switch weather with New York? Because this race should be canceled and the Withers should still be going on today. And not even reschedule the Lewis for next week. Just cancel the whole damn thing. It's a complete embarrassment. And it's not this isn't just a Bob Baffert. There's a lot of factors in this. It's not one key thing. But if you do want to play this, my win pick, if you're going to play multis, Aaron, you and I agree. I'm feeling 1 Arabian Lion. That debut, he looked so good. What was different about that debut and the 2 losses? He was wearing blinkers that day. Now we're going to get blinkers back aboard. I'm hoping that's what changes things around here. Giant Mischief, beat him very, narrowly at Keeneland. Giant Mischief, if he gets a better trip in the Springboard Mile next out, wins that stakes race. So, that could be looking like a much better thing on paper. It's gotta be Arabian Lion and chuck the rest of the field, or just chuck the whole field, like moving forward too. Like the 3 Wooster, I think it's second. I think this goes 1, 3, 2, 4. But God, there's nothing inspiring about this group.
No, there's really not. And that's kind of the sad thing. You looked at the San Vicente last week that had 4 out of 5 were Baffert horses, but the winner ran pretty well. The second place horse, he could stretch out and maybe be okay. We'll see when that happens. But with this one, it just kind of feels gross. Gosh, I went back and forth. I singled Arabian Lion. I just think if the horse bounces back, he's just better than the rest of this field, but it's a big if. And if he doesn't bounce back, he can beat Papa Dude, you or me, Magic. I mean, he's not going to beat anybody. It was awful at Los Al. So hopefully he can bounce back here. I think he just goes to the front, tries to take a gate to wire, and a 4-horse field. I mean, that's usually what you want to see. So I went Arabian Lion, but Papa Dude, this is going to test you because this is a weird one. But who did you put on top here?
Well, I don't have Arabian Lion on top. So
okay, well, that's all right. Who do you got?
Upset alert.
Here's the thing. I kind of I think you got to look at who the jockeys are.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And Arabian Lion is the best one. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
He's got Velasquez, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got the quote-unquote top jock for Baffert. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's kind of telling us he thinks that's the best horse. So I think you probably need to bet him. But I kind of like the 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at the races that the 2's been in. He's been in 2 grade 1s. He finished second in 2 grade 2s, or is it third?
He finished second in 2 grade 3.
Yeah,
2 grade 3s. Yes.
Yeah, 2 grade 3s. That's what I had written down. So he's been in 2 grade 1s. He's been in 2 grade 3s, which is better than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. He hasn't run bad in those races. I don't think this is a grade 1 or grade 2 today. So I'm thinking maybe. But if you're looking at Baffert's perspective, you have to go with the 1, right?
Because it's hard to say. When you got 4 horses, they're all trained by the same guy. Who knows what their intent or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the 2 just to be different. Michael says there, I would take the 4. Well, I think that 4's decent also. So I'm going to go with the 2 though. Just because the 2's run in bigger races. So we'll see.
Yeah. One last thing before we get to the best bet. Rob mentions Oakland Park Race 3 likes the number 1 Mount Craig. So do I. I think that horse is going to be tough to beat, Rob. So I like that pick from you today there at Oakland. We'll see if he can get it done in the 3rd. All right, boys and girls, I guess just boys. Let's go to the best bets of the day here. We'll stick with Magic first because it's a horse racing pick. So we'll stay with the horse racing theme right here. He's going to Santa Anita for his best bet. Tell us why, Magic.
Yeah, this is the grade 7. Grade 2 Santa Monica going 7 furlongs on the dirt. And Baffert's got the 8-5 favorite in here, Fun to Dream. Kind of a rubber match between her and Awake at Midnight. Awake at Midnight won an allowance race at Del Mar, 4 back for Fun to Dream, but then Fun to Dream came back, won the grade 1 La Brea, 7 furlongs at Santa Anita. She's on the improve. This is a prep for her to go to the grade 1 Beholder Mile Stakes next month at Santa Anita Park. That, I don't know if it's still a Breeders' Cup winning year in for it might be too early for the Distaff winning year and stuff, but she's already looking like an early favorite for the Distaff, at least from the West Coast. She's a perfect 3 for 3 here. The one concern I have, there is a decent amount of pace in here that she didn't necessarily have in La Brea. She's facing older horses here. I'm a little worried that there might be some issue with her being on the inside. So as long as Hernandez can get her out into like a clear position away from some kickback, I think it sets up for them to kind of come back to her. She'll get first run on the 5 Awake at Midnight, the 6 Lady T. 2 horses that I think are good will come late, but I think Fun to Dream's going to get the jump on them. And I mean, Baffert's going to, he's not going to give the juice to all 4 horses in the Lewis. He's going to give it to 1. He's going to save the rest for Fun to Dream, who his wife co-owns. Like he definitely wants her to win as well.
There you go. I like that final angle. Could it be the one that pushes everybody over the top there? I thought Awake at Midnight, the stablemate, is the other one to worry about in that spot. But yeah, I'm with you. Fun to Dream seems to be the horse to beat in that spot. Should get the job done in that spot if she's good enough today. All right. I'll read off Somich's best bet here. Who knows where he's at this moment? He's driving across the country to LA from North Carolina, so that will be quite the journey for him. But he went with the Denver Nuggets -6 tonight, hosting the Hawks. So home game. The Hawks played very well the other night, guys, in a game that we covered. But we'll see, though. Maybe they don't play quite as well tonight. We talked about how they're a little bit inconsistent. Denver pretty tough, especially at home. So he likes the Nuggets -6. Papa Dude, I'm gonna save you for last because you got a great one here, a wild one. I'll do mine and run through it real quick. I'm gonna go with the Troy Trojans today, -4.5 at home against Texas State. The Troy Trojans 13-11, Texas State 11-13. Neither one of these teams very good, but I thought this was pretty light. I thought Troy should be favored by a bit more than this. I think 4.5 is enough to lay with the Troy Trojans. So I'm going to go Troy -4.5 tonight in college basketball, trying to get a big win over Texas State. All right, Papa Dude, you've got the big one today. A +264 parlay. Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. I'm really worried about both of them, but I like the +264, and I think we got a shot. Virginia, number 6 team in the country, is at Virginia Tech. This is another huge rivalry game, and they are underdogs. and I don't think they should be underdogs. Virginia's style of play plays well on the road. They're a slow, defensive-minded team. Virginia Tech is good. Defensively, they're lacking a little bit. I think if Virginia can get ahead and set the pace, they win that one. So getting Virginia at +2, I think, is something you got to look at. Now, the other half of it, I'm playing a hunch here. Before I started doing this with you guys and stuff and following college basketball as much as I have the last year or so, I would have never, ever seen Florida International play. Never. But one night I had them against somebody, and it was on the ESPN Plus, and I watched the whole thing. They are playing great, and they've won 4 in a row. I think they're 12-11 now. They have athletes, and they're playing really well. They go into UAB today. Here's the kicker I'm playing. UAB beat Florida Atlantic, which was ranked, believe it or not. Florida Atlantic was 21-1 the other night. I think it was Thursday night, Wednesday or Thursday. They beat them. Huge win.
Yep.
I'm playing them to be a little bit down today. I think they win. I don't think there's any doubt they're going to win. But 15 is a lot against a team that's playing really, really well when you're coming off an emotional game like that. So I'm going to go with Virginia. This one I'm really concerned about. It's early. We play them first, and then we got a little bit of a break before the other one comes on. So if we can hit this one, it'll get us back on the winning track. I'm never confident about my bets, guys. Never.
I just don't get if we're worried sick about Virginia, just play that FIU +15.
No, I want the value.
Okay. So Papa Dude is at the point where even money does him no good. He wants at least.
Well,
two,
you know what? Somich is the reason. I am blaming him. I never used to bet this way, but he's rubbed off on me, and it's a horrible thing. It really is.
I think it's a good thing. You want to make?
I would be betting these minus 480s is what I'd be betting just to get it right. You know.
Oh, no, you know better than that. So, yeah, listen, we all picked UAB that night. If you remember, we covered that game when they played Atlantic. Mm-hmm. And you're right. I watched a lot of it because we'd all picked it, and they played lights out.
Mm-hmm.
They are probably not going to play quite as good today. I agree.
No, and this team is good that they're playing, and they're playing at a high level. And I saw them play Florida Atlantic and almost beat them.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of got on the wagon, and they won 4 straight since. They went into Charlotte, which is pretty good, and beat them the other night. And it was almost my best bet, and I kicked myself for not taking it. But anyway, I like them today. We'll see what happens.
Somich has influenced all of us, thankfully. So I agree with that. And Jesse chimes in and says, pray for Papa. So yeah, we will be doing that. All right, guys. I think that's all we got for today. Let's hope we get these home because as I pull this up on the screen, horrible day yesterday. We were going along about, 500, and then we had a bad day yesterday, hoping to rebound today. Still up just a little bit for the year so far, but we need a big one today. So let's do it. All right, I'm going to go with Troy minus the 4.5 over Texas State tonight. You heard it first. Papa Dude, extremely scared, worried, nervous about Virginia +2, but took it anyway. And then FIU +15 tonight, he thinks is a slam dunk for +264 for that parlay. Somich is going with the Nuggets minus the 6, and Magic is going to go to Santa Anita race 9. He's going number 2, Fun to Dream. 8-5 on the morning line, hoping to get the job done there. All right, guys, it's going to be a big day. Magic and I think we'll be the only two, but we'll see. Magic and I will be back.
I might be on.
And Papa Dude could be on.
And Jared. Jared said, yeah, he asked me what time we were doing it, so he might actually might get 4 people on this show.
All right, well, let me back up and do a new promo. We're coming up at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Central Time, and we will have a full house to go over the big races today, Gulfstream Park, Santa Anita, and Oaklawn Park as well. So that's going to be a ton of fun. Make sure to check us back out for Racing Dudes Live. And, other than that, good luck, everybody. We're off to a good start at Gulfstream Park. Hopefully that continues, and hopefully we're all in good moods. All right, guys, see you tomorrow for Dudes Who Bet Daily.